All right, I'm back. Let me see if I can get Larry back on with us. I'm going to text him. We're starting a new broadcast because I can't get back into the old one. So I'm sorry about, hope you guys can find me. I'm texting Larry. Sorry about this. I know it doesn't look good. This is just getting kicked off really complicates life, you know? Okay, we've got people back, Larry, and I am sending you the new link to a new show. Pardon me?
You don't think we ought to just do it this way with me on the phone?
All right, let's just do it this way since we got you.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So forget the link. We'll just go old school. So yeah, we got Cindy, Don, Teresa, Leroy, Aileen, Gloria are all back. So we got 19.
Just to let you know, folks, I'm not trying to be over conspiratorial, but it sure is fortuitous for the government for this particular story I'm telling you to get knocked off. Just saying, I ain't saying they did. It could be a million things, but it is funny. Where was I at when you lost me?
Hang on. What does it mean to you? How will it impact you? And that's when you got kicked.
That's when I got kicked off.
Yep, that was the last thing I wrote.
And I told you yet that you were going to get $100 a week?
No, I told people they'd be lucky if they get 50.
Then let me take you that there then. I'm sorry, we got knocked off a long time before I realized it. All right, folks, so here's what they're going to claim. Due to the economic, they're putting a temporary, I think I probably told you this, they're going to nationalize the financial institutions on a temporary basis to help stabilize the currency and the economy. And in doing so, they're going to fix it to where? Mary Ellen, if you as an example, you're going to be able to draw out of your account, I'm picking a number just for this hypothetical, $100 a week. Now, do not worry, Mary Ellen, whatever money you've got in the bank, you still have. All of you still have. Remember, whatever you're doing right now, do not panic. Whatever amount of money you have in your financial institution or institutions, you still have. Very similar to, if you'll recall, you can keep your doctor and you can keep your insurance. But no matter how much money you have, if you've got $100 or you've got $1 million, you will be limited to $100 cash per week to come out of your account. This is a model that has been used successfully in Europe, in countries like Greece, Portugal. So it's a sound principle. This is the way it will have to be. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, well, $100 a week, but in this hypothetical, let's say you've got $1,000 a month house payment. How's that going to work? Well, they're going to tell you very clearly not to worry. In nationalizing the financial institutions, they will have automatically, in almost every case, they will have also nationalized the mortgage company that holds the mortgage to your home. And your mortgage payment will be adjusted accordingly. So you need not panic. Now, take a break from the story. This is me for real. Mary Ellen, I pulled a trick on you. What did I just do to all of you with that little trick?
You falsely gave us a sense of security that everything's going to be okay because the government's got this in control and this is just temporary.
Yeah, that's not the trick. That all is the trick, yes. But the sleight of hand that just got pulled on us, that they will pull on us, is they will announce that the government now holds the mortgage on all of our property. The government becomes our landlord.
So we're owned by the government.
The very ground you'll stand on or walk on or sleep on will be owned at that time by the federal government. That's what nationalizing does. That's how it cascades, and that's how it just keeps growing and growing, and that's how it affects each and every one of us and our family.
What if you don't have a mortgage and you own your house free and clear, except for
They
taxes?
won't own it then.
Huh?
Yet. They will not own it.
Yet.
Yet.
Yet. Okay.
The world's going to change. So whatever you think you are today or what you think you have today, when they transform our government, they're transforming each and every one of our individual lives. It's all going to be different. But it'll be gradual. Gradual. Guys, do you know why they're playing this silly game of taking over the banks and making us believe they're not really taking over the banks, taking over our money and playing the game that we're not really taking over our money, that we still got it? It's all an act. It's all a game. You know that. But why do they go through that trouble? Why all of this charade? Why this act? Why not the day after they take over just say, okay, folks, we won. This is it. It's over. This is the way it's going to be.
Because you'll realize what's going on and you'll revolt.
That's right. That's right. They're not sure how far they can push us. They're not sure how far they can push us until we would revolt. So the best way to put us into submission is to do it slowly, gradually. And that's what they're in the process. They're going to be in the process of doing it. They win in 2020.
Now, Diane has a question about what.
One second. Just 1 second. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Somebody was calling. I thought it was the hospital. But anyway, go ahead.
What about millionaires and billionaires?
They will get $100 a week.
Unless they have bought into being part of the elite group that's going to be part of the Progressive Council, right?
Right. Of course, everything I'm telling you affects us. There is this elitist group that will exist. And that's what all these people are fighting to stay in, to get to be a part of. That's why these politicians in Washington fight and scrape and steal and do whatever they've got to do to keep those seats. Because most of them, without their job in government, are just like the rest of us. They're not a part of this elite generational group, but they're buying in. And they all want to be a part of this elite status group. Because as you've seen with this group of Democrats, just as your example today, they are not ashamed of the dual system of law. You know, what legal for them is not legal for us. Joe Biden and his son can do exactly what they're impeaching President Trump over, but they don't even touch him. So you don't tell me that I'm dreaming, that's saying they'll have this set of rules for them, and then there'll be another set of rules for the rest of us. Don't tell me that. You've seen it now yourself.
So what happens if you pay cash for everything and have cash at home?
Whatever you've got at home is yours. Seems like I know somebody, Mary Ellen, that has tried to warn all of you. If you've got money and you can't touch it in your hand or see it with your eyes, you don't have it. And you not know somebody that has said that over and over and over?
Yes, you have.
You know, folks, the only people that will be able to live differently than the rest of us will be people that have hoarded, guess you'd call it that, cash, but don't worry, they will come up with a law. You know, if anybody's hoarding cash, they'll come up with a law to make you a criminal. But that just means you'll need to keep it hidden better. And anybody that's got money, when this is announced, cash on hand, you'll be able to live reasonably like you used to, maybe even better. But the rule will be, they will establish, just like in Greece and other countries in Europe, they will establish a cash amount you can withdraw from a bank per week. And that's it. That's all you'll have.
Until they go cashless.
Well, until they change it again.
Right.
Remember, they did warn you. This will be temporary.
Temporary, yep.
Now, when we think temporary, we mean, well, they're just doing this inconvenience for a little bit until they fix it, right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that their definition of temporary will be, we're just doing this until we can get you worse.
Now, people are asking when this will happen. Larry's talking about what will happen when Trump's out. If Trump's not reelected in 2020, this will happen in 2021 if a Democrat gets the White House. And silver and gold, I mean, if you want to use it for,
will be worth pretty much, I hate to say this to you folks, silver and gold will not be worth what you think it will. Silver and gold, if you're holding a gold coin, for example, let's say you've got a gold coin that's worth $800 today. When that day comes, you go to a store with an $800 gold coin, they will set the terms at that store for what you're trying to buy of what that coin will be worth. You ain't going to get $800 for it. If you've got a gold brick, you're not getting what a gold brick's worth today. It'll all be market driven. The word of the day in that futuristic scenario I'm drawing for you or telling you is cash is king. Cash is king. Gold, real estate, all of the things that are assets today of worth, they'll be worth supposedly then, but they just won't be redeemable. You just won't be able to move them. You just won't. Things are going to change in your immediate life. You're going to have to learn to live on what the government says you have to live on. You will be told, it will be insisted that you continue working where you work. Your employer will be instructed that if you work, that they must pay you what they were paying you, except it's all got to be handled electronically. the only exception to the $100 cash. They will have the ability to pay you for your week's work electronically. It goes in your bank quote account. But again, you can only take $100 a week out. You will have to list your monthly expenses, and each expense and all of your monthly expenses will be accounted for you, and it will come out of your account. But it'll be at a modified schedule, a schedule set by the government temporarily. How are you going to like living like that? How are you going to like living like that? And that's enough of the futuristic horror story right there. That's just that one part of your life is going to change. Just that one part. That's not talking about things like the Second Amendment. That's not things like the First Amendment. Those things will change too. Believe me, they will change. Due to the frequency they will claim of shootings and crime, they'll just have to confiscate all firearms. They'll have to take them. You'll have to forfeit them. I mean, just all manner of things will happen. And for those of you that remember, there was a time in history where the government actually outlawed people having gold. Right here in America. I don't remember the years of the president, but there was a period of time in America you could not own gold. So I have no reason to believe if they choose that they won't do that same trick again. If they're going to modify our lives. And the main thing they're going to do to you, each one of you, is they're going to make you shut up so fast you'll never open your mouth. They'll be making examples at the national and at the local level of people that protest like me, people that speak up like you. They'll make examples with the local sheriff, the local prosecutors. Teach us a lesson so that nobody else does. That's what we're facing. But you know what? Larry, that's all well and good, but you're being ridiculous.
Somebody named Yumi asks, how do you know this?
Huh?
Somebody's asking, how do you know this?
I know it from countries that I was in and history. Countries I wasn't in, had nothing to do with. When it caved in. It's a pattern. It's a pattern throughout history. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself.
Okay, somebody named Michael somebody says, if we're smart, we will not capitulate to them and turn our only means of defense over to them. If we do, they use that weakness to attack and kill as many of us as that they can get away with. Michael, you did not hear what Larry just said. Why can you answer him, sir, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, they're not going, in a way, Mike, you're right. Yes, in a way, you're right, but they're not going to do that in the beginning that way. Why would they? Why would they? All they've got to do is put us in submission. Put us in submission. When we're in submission as a country, when we have capitulated on one thing, just one, we've capitulated on everything. Not jump out, it'll not risk an all-out revolt in America. They do not know for sure what the people in America will do. They don't. So they will move slowly, and they will do what they have been doing to us for 50 to 100 years. Brainwash us, deceive us.
Well, so a couple people are having a lot of buffering where they're living, and I'm sorry about the buffering. It's not doing that here, but
Yeah. I'm worried that this message might not be one the government or whoever's in charge of all this internet junk might not want out.
yeah.
And I might be making that up, so don't think I'm saying it. I'm just telling you. Makes me wonder. It really does. And to all of you that think what I'm telling you is so far-fetched it cannot possibly happen, right? Say it. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. This is so far-fetched of a story. You've got to be kidding, Larry, to even try to tell us this might happen, right? Well, how about this? What if I told you they would impeach our sitting president without proof of a damn thing? Huh? Would you believe that? Would you? Okay, you'd believe that our government would be crooked enough to pull a stunt like that, but how about this? Would you believe half of the people in this country would sit back and agree with them impeaching our president without a damn bit of evidence, without a crime? Half of the people in this country believe he's guilty of a crime that hasn't even been named. Half the people in this country. So don't tell me, at least that half of the people of this country, that they can't pull off something like this. Don't tell me they can't. They can do it easier than you can tie your shoes. I ask you to think about it. In this nightmare that I have described to you that may or may not come, this nightmare, why even run the risk of it maybe coming? Why run that risk when all that is required to stop it is for you to go vote November the 5th? That's it. And we've got to do our best to try to get everybody we know to exercise their right and go vote November 3rd. Because no matter what you see with impeachment, no matter what you hear in the media, no matter who runs for president on the Democratic side, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. What matters is which side do most people come out and vote with. That's all that matters. And that scares me. This impeachment that turns out to be a fake, that looks like it's blowing up in the Democrats' face, has got our side thinking, well, we've shown them, haven't we? They've been made out to be fools. Then our side runs the risk of getting sleepy, cocky, lazy. What it's doing to their side is firing them up. See, half of America believes. Half of America, honestly, honest to God, half of America believes believe Donald Trump's guilty of these crimes for which they can't tell you what they are. They tell you what they were going to be, but they never used them. It's not a part of the impeachment. Nowhere in the impeachment articles are they there. But yet half of America believes he's guilty of them. And then half of America believes the entire United States Senate Republican members are in a plot to cover up for him. Can you believe that? Half of the people in this country believe that all the Republican senators are complicit in a plot to cover up for President Trump. And they believe he wrote Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Nadler, Schumer. They believe these people are their modern day Paul Revere's or whatever. They believe it. That's not a fairy tale. That's not a hypothetical, guys. That's a fact. Do you believe it?
It's hard for us to believe because we're Trump's hard base, you know?
I want to know if the people listening to me have the capacity to believe, the capability, that's not the right word, I don't know what word to say. Do the people listening to us right now actually believe that half of this nation, right now today, half of this nation of grown adults, college graduated even, the more educated half, believe Trump to be guilty absolutely of these crimes, and believe the Republicans in the Senate all are in a plot to cover up for him. And that Pelosi, Schiff, Schumer, Nadler are heroes. How many of y'all actually believe that? Because I do, but I don't know if you really do. You don't know the weight of our situation if you don't believe that. I'm telling you. You have no idea how much trouble we're in if you can't believe that. I'm hearing somebody tell me, do you believe that? Do you not?
Cat Lady says, sad but true. Michael asks, why are they going for it so hard now? Is some event coming that they put in place we don't know about?
A lot of it's been in place that you don't know about. Much of it has been. Look at the judicial branch of government. They already have it. We think we've got 3 branches of government. No, we don't. Right now, we've got the executive branch. They've got the judicial branch. And we're almost 50-50 on the legislative branch. And guess what? Unless you have all 3 branches of government doing what they're supposed to do, our government cannot possibly work right. But let me ask you this. Is our government working now? Huh?
They're intentionally not working.
Well, the point is, if it takes all 3 branches as a part of our checks and balances system for our form of government to work properly, right? If the 3 branches don't work like they're supposed to, can our government work the way it's supposed to?
No.
You guys, no. And guess what? It's not, is it?
No, it's not working. But wait a minute. You keep saying, you have said in the past it's not our government that doesn't work, or at least it's not the Constitution that doesn't work. It's the people who are not following the Constitution.
That's right. when I say we don't have those branches of government, the people have set it up to where we don't because of the people. There's nothing wrong with our form of government. If the people would quit tearing it down from the inside to where it can work, it works. But the criminals have taken over. The communists have gotten hold of it. It's the people now. It's not the branches per se. It's not the government, the form of. It's not that. It's these scumbags that we, including me, scumbags that we have all elected to do the job for us. And we let it go. We let it go. Said they're doing it, don't have to worry about it, going on about our lives. And it's finally caught up with us.
We stopped paying attention because we thought they were going to do the right thing for us. So we voted for them and then didn't keep an eye on them.
Right. Look, I know y'all think I'm crazy. That's fine.
No, there are some people who don't understand, but everybody else in the group is talking and dealing with it, and I'm very proud of what's going on in the chat today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for understanding. Michael said he's been preparing since the 90s. He saw it coming. Immorality is the problem, incompatible with the Constitution. Are they just covering up for the sins with Ukraine? Is the question.
Are they covering up for the sins of Ukraine?
Yeah.
No. Ukraine is paying for the sins of us. Ukraine is paying for the sins of us. They are being used like a pawn. They're being played. Or have been being played, and then along comes President Trump in his simple, business-like manner. You know, guess what? Just makes sense. When we go sending them money, let's see if all this stuff's really fixed. And you just don't do that to these career foreign service people. Well, no, it's supposed to come because they say it's supposed to come. Mr. President, go on and be president, but leave our stuff alone. And he didn't. He didn't. What else?
Is there anybody besides Barr that could indict Pelosi, Schiff? Can they be prosecuted?
Well, they could be. Any one of them could be indicted by their local prosecutors or something if they had it on them or whatever, or if they were free to prosecute them for a crime that they got proof of. But for us, in today's situation, folks, it's Barr and Durham or nothing. And by the way, Barr let it out in an interview, something that I'm glad he did, because I've been concerned about what I was allowed to say that I have said. But it came from him, so I'm safe. But if you think about what he said, you'll see that it lines up with what I've been trying to tell y'all. Brennan, Barr pointed out, Attorney General Barr pointed out that Durham was
Yeah, Durham is investigating Brennan.
Right. Sure enough. And I promise you, Mr. Brennan better be lawyering up, because he and Clapper, they will face time. They are facing time. The only part I hate is due to their classification security-wise. Here again, they may never set foot in a regular jail like all the rest of us would, but they will receive punishment, I assure you, once convicted. I would just like to see them stripped down to the normal punishment all of us would get in a jail. What else, Ellen?
Somebody's asking you what you think about maybe demons controlling these sick people.
I have, for a long time, folks, told y'all that I'm not a good person to deal with religion issues, because I don't do that so good. But at the same time, I think I've made it quite clear my belief is that the devil is very much real. And I believe the devil has established his domain to be right there in Washington, D.C. And I can hardly think of that place that instantly I don't get a special kind of negative sensation. That all I can think of is just the devil. You just appear to be devil just for thinking of that place. Yes, it is demon possessed. And that's for me, and I ain't no preacher, so I'm no religion scholar, so don't mean anything. I know. That's what I believe. Guys, did y'all see the day that they passed the articles of impeachment? Did y'all not see every Democratic member of the House of Representatives that were present that day? Did you not see every one of them stand up to the podium and lie like a dog about the president? Did you not see it? And they know. Those people aren't stupid. They know they have nothing on him. They know that. But didn't you see him? Didn't you see him lie? Just stand there and lie like you were out breathing.
It was really hard to watch that because we knew it was lies, and we saw so much of what they were saying was actually true of them, and a lot of what they were saying, the truth was the opposite of what they said.
I mean, I've just never seen as blatant a showing for the American people to see of representatives of our government stand up and lie to us. Lie to us. And it wasn't on something that they could have been confused about. It wasn't something they could have been themselves deceived. Oh, not that day. Not that day. What should scare you to your knees? Half of this nation, voting age, believe it. And they believe it to be true because, look, they're sitting there going, do you think every one of those Democratic House members would stand up there and lie like a dog? You know what they're thinking? No way. Maybe one or two, maybe 10, but not every one of them would stand up there and lie like that. So it must be true. Yeah. Figure it out for yourself, folks. their liberal buddies.
Yeah. Do you think they are just puppets for a higher deep state?
Yes.
Are they all paid off?
Well, I don't know about it that way. And when I say they're all puppets of this secret society or person, the answer is yes. But does that mean every one of those people you saw speaking, does that mean every one of them are in on it? No. They can be treated as a puppet and maybe not know they're actually somebody else is pulling their strings for them. They may not know. And there's a chance that's true. But to be honest, this whole ordeal with Trump, this whole ordeal starting back with Russia and Mueller and quid pro quo and all of it. See, come on.
Say it again.
Just come on, you can't believe that these people, these Democrats, could stand up there and believe what they said that day when they were voting. And I'm not against them voting to impeach him. Fine. Vote to impeach him if you don't like him. Fine. But to stand up and lie to the American people the way they did, damn them all to hell.
Yeah, that Talib was she was pretty evil at the way she was jumping up and down and laughing about the impeachment. I mean, it just.
And dear God, oh my God, to make us feel worse, Pelosi has all the women to dress up in black or dark clothing and to act somber. I swear, if I were in the hat that support them, I would have left over that alone. If they think so little of us, if I was in that hat, if they think so little of us in that hat, that they would pull such a simple, idiotic stunt as that and think we would buy into it, hell, I believe them. Just for that. No. Have this great educated nation that's gone to college for 4 years and owes a couple $100,000. No, sir, not them. They bought it hook, line, and damn sinker. Well, folks, we're about three out of time. Anybody got any question they want to ask before we go?
Is Pelosi being paid to do what she's doing? Is she using mafia tactics?
Yes. Do I know how she's being paid? No. Guys, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know. One day I will find out somehow that there is some secret society. Its roots are Harvard, Yale, Wall Street. I mean, all of it's connected somehow. I just don't know who is pulling the string. I promise you I don't. But someone is. And I can guarantee you who it's not. And that's us.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, you know, the reason they're going after Trump so bad is because they're wanting to make sure it is not us, period. If they stop Trump, they stop us, and they know it. And by the way, I have not asked for any help today, and the weekend's coming. I have nothing. I need your help. Please, today. Please. I think we got maybe, we're not for one person, we got maybe $25, maybe 30.
You guys, we're looking at the weekend, and we've gone overtime. I know we had gotten cut off and had to start over again. But we need to just, we're not going to take any more questions. They're off topic, and we'll save them for another day. Larry's got to find a way to get through the weekend, folks, and he needs help. And he hangs in there pretty well when he gets his medication that he needs, and when he doesn't get it, it's bad news.
And guys, I gotta tell you, I don't mean to, because I'm just so tired of fighting. Really am. I really am. And this is one of those days where I need y'all. Whether it's $1 or $1 million, it don't matter. I need to know whether somebody gives a think and stand at what we're doing. So I'm getting tired. Real tired.
Yeah. Peter, his medication is very expensive. You need to contact me. My cell phone is 240-499-6729. I don't have the, here we go. Usually in the description box, I'll have some information on how to get in touch. It's not there yet because I had to start a new program and I didn't get it put in right away. Do what you, as soon as we get out here, I will get the description box filled in. The website nicholslive.com has a direct link to Larry's PayPal, nicholslive@aol.com. Michael's going to send something on PayPal today. Somebody else said they're going to see what they can do. Cindy just sent you 20. Keeper, thank you for sending what you're going to send. The numbers are big, what he needs, so do as much as you can. Greatly appreciated. His mailing address for cash only.
Let me get off. I'm having trouble breathing.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry. Thanks for being here. All right, we'll talk on Monday to everybody. The website, nicholslive.com, has the direct link to his PayPal. It has his mailing address for mailing cash only. My cell phone number is there if you need any other way to donate, and we can talk about it, and I can help you walk you through it. If you need help trying to get on PayPal, I can help you with that. Sorry about that. Let me see who this is. Let's turn it off. Thank you for doing a donation. We really appreciate it. We've got to get him through the weekend. His medicine is very expensive. He doesn't just get something that he can buy over the counter or even through the pharmacy. It's something that is put together specially for him on a daily basis for what he needs. James, we talked at the other show, we talked at the beginning of what happens without the article of impeachment being sent to the Senate. The question is, the Constitution says it has to be done in a timely manner. How many days does that mean? And how does the holiday, I'm saying holiday, I usually say Christmas, but the holiday, we've got Hanukkah starting Sunday. These days off where the House has gone home, how does that affect the timely manner? And that's being looked into at all levels. Even some of the highest people in the land are looking into the constitutionality of that. And what does it mean? Can the Senate just dismiss it? And anyhow, they're, believe me, pursuing all options. And don't forget, folks, the Republicans in the Senate have done the same kinds of things that Biden has done. And so they don't want to be caught. And so the whole concept of having a trial, you know, when you think of what they should be able and willing to do, but because of who their spouses are and what they've done themselves, they don't want it coming out. Remember, you know, Hillary said, if I go down, I'm taking all of you with me. Biden has said that too. So there are a lot of people that are very, very nervous about what's coming. Peter Larry is a veteran. He cannot get his medication through the VA system. Larry has not told me this directly, but it's been kind of hinted at that maybe his record's been wiped. His Social Security's been wiped, and we can't say for sure how it happened or who did it or why it was done. But I think if you read between the lines for what historically has happened with certain powerful people, you can kind of guess what might have happened to him. So everything with Larry is cash basis only. Unfortunately, we have tried, several of us, multiple people have tried many different avenues to try and get him some insurance in some other manner. He is certainly entitled to it. But part of what's going on with Larry is he's doing some experimental drugs and helping out some research facilities. But some of those things they provide at a discount. For example, if a drug costs $180,000 a year and he still has to come up with many thousands, there are different ways. They don't, when you're part of a research project, it doesn't necessarily mean they pay for everything. Some things do, some agencies do, and some don't. So there's nothing we can do. And Gloria, I saw what you sent, so thank you very much. Can anybody match Gloria's $5? It's been kind of fun sometimes to have like a reverse auction. I'll give this and I'll give this. It's been fun that when we've done that, but I need to get back to painting. My hands are covered in paint, and I finished the brushwork just before it was time to turn on the computer. I need to get back in the room and roll it before it's so dry that the contrast means we got a problem. So I got to get back to painting. So folks, please think about the fact that this is the weekend and Larry needs help, and he needs to find a way to get through the weekend. And I understand many and most do not have the ability to give much. If you even give $1, he knows that you care. So do what you can. And I understand, the difficulty this is, especially at this time of year. But thank you for what you're doing. And please pray that there will be somebody with the ability to do more. Thank you so very, very much. And we'll talk Monday. Tuesday is Christmas Eve, and we'll decide Monday whether we're doing how much we're going to do and take a couple days off. So, no, James, they will not. So thanks, folks. Larry is doing medically what he needs to do. It's his business. And there are people who have made lots and lots of suggestions to the point that it gets really old because they have tried so many different things. So right now, what they're doing is working, and so we just need to have confidence that they have explored all options, and what they are doing is working, and so we do the best we can to help. So thanks, Laura, thanks for doing that. And God bless you. We will talk Monday, and if something comes up over the weekend, we will let you know, and we'll come back on, or I will come back on and tell you. So God bless you. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.